Welcome back to One Non Blonde, and I'm your host, Kim. And today I've got Andre Cohen. And today we're going to talk a little bit about fear. And you were saying to me something about incognito and cognitive, and I'm like, I'm intrigued. So I would really want to learn more a little bit about this because I feel like I'm fearless, but I don't know.
First of all, hello,
Hello.
and glad we are on air again. And yeah, fears have so many different levels we're not aware of. And we talked in the beginning that we live in three levels, which is the first and most obvious level is what we do now. It is conscious, listening, responding, talking, moving. Then comes the second level, unconscious or subconscious, where we feel things, but we cannot pinpoint it. And the third level is cognitive incognito. It's a small level, it's a pocket where we shove things, they're uncomfortable, we don't want to deal right now, we forget to take it out and clear it up. So this pocket gets full. And it is the smallest pocket, but the heaviest pocket. And people say, how can that be? I give you a little thing. I get a huge bag. I mean, 6 foot by 6 foot, and fill it with goose feathers and dump it on you. You will almost not feel it.
Yes, of course.
I give you a little ball like that out of lead and dump it on you.
Ouch.
That hurts.
That hurts a lot.
You see here, size doesn't matter. The weight, the heaviness, and cognitive can weight really heavy, and we're not aware of it because it's incognito. It's dressed up something up of a feeling of excuse. I didn't sleep good last night. That's why I don't feel good. Why didn't you sleep good? Because something was in your mind. Your mind went back. Subconscious tried to feel what it is, and it went into cognitive. And cognitive is almost like a little poison ball. It loads a syringe and injects it, and we don't know what is injected. So fears have many levels. The fear we mostly know and experience is a conscious fear. Somebody drives too fast, slow down. Okay. The food stands out for 2 days. Should I still eat it or I get sick? Okay. Those conscious fears where we are aware of and careful. This cognitive fears we're really not aware of, but we can pinpoint it out. What happens with that? So cognitive fear injects subconscious, and the fear becomes a doubt. Could that happen? Why should that happen? It becomes a doubt, and it goes as a feeling into our subconscious, and it blows a little bit up. The doubt becomes an assumption. And when we feed our mind the doubt and an assumption, it becomes a fact, even it isn't a fact. So we invite with fear something negative. So fear, doubts, assumptions are already roadblocks in our daily life, creating frustration of the unknown because we don't know those fears. We just feel something. Lately happened in a conversation I had with clients. It's a couple, and they say, we don't know if that will work out. We don't know. Okay, that is if that will work out. So you have 2 doubts already in one sentence, very compressed. Here you have already not only the unknown, but you have the fear. What if it doesn't work out? Negativity. So I can say, make it work out. Well, how? Because this is different and this is different. If something is different, it doesn't mean it doesn't work out. Differences are good. People say, how can that be good? Because we can learn and build up on differences. If you have a different opinion and I have a different opinion, we'll throw it both on the table and we look what is positive about your and my opinion. We take the positive parts, not sugarcoat, the real fact, positive facts out and say, okay, if we do it here this and here this way, oh here, and here you have something, it really works, and we put it together, we can eliminate the negativity. So a disagreement for me is most of the time a sign to find a better solution than we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Disagreement doesn't have to be a fight. The fight comes when there is fear, because fear creates insecurity. And insecurity we don't like to admit. We deny it. Oh no, I'm stand-up guy. I'm a stand-up woman. I'm a power woman. I'm a power man. Okay, we really cheer ourselves on.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, become humble and a little bit laid back and says, yeah, I'm not sure of it, but we find out and we work it out in life. I get the questions a lot, how can you help me? I say, well, right now, not at all, because I have to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And well, but I want to know how to help me. To say again, if I don't know what's going on, maybe I cannot help you. You're right. But maybe I can help you a lot. Here it shows again fear. What if he cannot help me? When I say, I need to know first where we can go, there's another fear. I have to expose myself. And if I expose myself, I might find things out I don't like. So with my way of working, you know it quite a bit, throwing the truth at people. If you cannot take it, you cannot make changes, because the truth is based on facts. Okay, when I'm on you and say you all over the place, that's not a nice thing to say. But I have to be honest. I cannot say, oh, you're doing great. You have at least 10 more hours a day to go. Cheer you on. It's dishonest. And it will, the fear which is in you, increase cognitive. Oh man, he says I have 10 more hours to go. I hardly can finish on the day what I do now. Another fear comes in. I cannot finish. I will not be enough. And fear also comes in the form of jealousy. There is the normal jealousy, like we all have, it's of losing.
Mm-hmm.
Losing somebody or something. If we go deeper in there, what's in there? Fear and jealousy. The fear of losing something and the missing confidence. If I go out there and says, you are mine and I am yours, I don't leave room for doubts and fears. And I don't leave room for jealousy. If there is sitting a lady pretty as you next to you, blonde and whatever, and I smile at her and you would get mad about it, that would be insecurity. And the fear again, somebody could be better than you. Fear again. See how fear really influences our daily life, our daily well-being, and our progress.
I agree. I was just thinking about that because, when I think about my own personal life, it's like you're comfortable and you think, well, this is how you're supposed to do it. And if I step outside of my comfort zone, or if I go and do something that's a little bit, you know, um, scary, or different to what I'm supposed to do, it makes me feel like, well, what is so and so going to think, or how's that going to happen, or that can't work because I need to do this. And I get it, because you get so you don't even realize what it's fear. You just think you're making all these excuses. You're just making, like you said, I can't make that work because that won't work because I'm in a different place than you, or so and so. And it's like, no, that's your fear. That's, like you said, it's that fear. And I got you one now. I was thinking fad, fear, apprehension, and doubt. So you got a fad going on.
Then starts another dangerous game in the scenario you just described. It's very dangerous too, because then we start the blaming game.
Mm-hmm.
And we blame, sometimes we bleed on people that didn't hurt us.
I
We
agree.
didn't fear again with the blaming game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not me. When I say it's not me, it doesn't mean people should beat down on themselves. But we should be aware of a few things. The most important thing, there is no perfect. There's improvement. The certainty that we can improve should give us confidence. The certainty of developing our own idea more and more should give us confidence. I have a beautiful lady. I have to say, she's a little bit on the adult side, put it this way. And she has, since she is very little, her own idea, but it was not her own idea. And we found out why things always became the same.
Mm-hmm.
One starts something else, same, not jumping out of the cycle, seeing where your real idea is. And I'm so proud of her in the age of almost 75, developing an idea which she says, I feel more comfortable in it. So why you feel more comfortable in it? Because you got used to the discomfort. And out of fear, what's coming up, you said, I'm comfortable with my discomfort. Something new will be not comfortable. Making the step, as this lady did, in a matter of a few weeks, becoming more comfortable with developing the real idea. We say we know ourselves. Of course we do. But we know ourselves, how we see ourselves, how we feel ourselves. But there is the us, how other people see us. And since we live in a society, it matters. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter when they judge. That doesn't matter. We don't have to fit in, but we have to adjust. Otherwise, we are dissocial.
Yes.
Okay. With adjustment, I mean, do we have a strong enough self-ID to become finally who we are? Or do we still pretend to be somebody else we see in us? It comes back to fear again. I could not be attractive again. And I don't want to use this word, but it's stupid. It's really stupid. Because what people don't see in their ego, they're not the only one aging.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody around them ages too. So if you are 50, 55, 60, 65 years old and still want to look like 25, you are simply stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because what do you attract? Nothing.
Yeah. I call it
Nothing.
delusional. I mean, no, because
It is.
it's very delusional. I mean,
And it looks awkward. It looks awkward.
yeah.
As you know, I live in Los Angeles, and when I go in certain areas in town, Beverly Hills, Bel Air, Santa Monica, you witness what I call the youth mania. You see a lady in the late 50s dressed like their 16-year-old daughter. It doesn't make any sense because she does not have her own identity. I saw a week ago a gentleman in Beverly Hills with, what do you call it, the skinny jeans?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He was in his 60s, and he had a good body, just a little beer belly.
hmm
And he had his gray hair short cut and a little bit purple in there. And I looked at him and I said, "What are you doing, guy?" I said to myself, "What are you doing? First of all, you walk around like an olive on toothpicks. You think that is attractive. What you're trying to be, who you try to be. And that is fear again, fear of aging. If I have a fear of aging, why? It is a natural process. Do we want to fight nature? When we fight nature, we start fighting ourselves and we start a conflict within ourselves. And this conflict is not needed. Comes again from fear. And when you say you're quite fearless for me is just be and become who you can be, the best version of you. Yes, but it has not to do with plastic surgery. It has not to do with letting your hair grow over the butt because young girls do it. It does not have to do how much color you put in your face. It has a lot to do with your personality. And if you are secure, very secure with who you are and your idea, your aura becomes amazing, where people don't see anymore that you bald-headed guy. See that you're a lady with a lot of gray hair. See a couple pounds more to love you have. Because that's why your husband still loves you, see?
Yeah.
And going into that area of life with the fear in the back. What is to fear? To be old. And the matter of old, it's such an old word. It's a matter of gaining on years. Is our body wear and tear? Yes. It doesn't mean our mind can be young. It doesn't mean our spirit can be young. It doesn't mean our thinking can be young. And our thinking will be young if we play the role we're supposed to. I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, but I'm also me. I enjoy being a grandfather because I have beautiful grandkids, beautiful grandkids. I have beautiful kids. I enjoy being a father. But that is just a position in the family.
Yeah.
It doesn't define my energy. So why is the fear? Why is the fear? Do I have gray hair? Obviously. Do I have wrinkles? Obviously. So what? There is the identity we have. Am I perfect? Hell no. Why should I be? Do I have flaws? Of course. That makes it interesting. So, where does the fear come from? the fear of failure. What are you gonna fail? What are you gonna fail? You fail already when you don't try and don't improve and let fear block you. That is failure. When you say, well, it is like it is, I am turning 60, 70, 80, whatever. Hey, I'm blessed to become that old. Many doesn't have this privilege. And again, I said over and over again, no matter how thin we slice the thing, it has two sides. It's up to us if you look at the fearful side or the positive side without sugarcoating. Can I still run 2 times 45 minutes in a soccer game? No, because I don't have to, because the young people do it. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I can sit there and enjoy watching it. Okay. So there is our places in our life. And if we take ownership of our place and our ID, there's no fear needed. Oh, she's a beautiful woman. Maybe other guys want her too. Fear, uncertainty, doubts. Does she really like me like she says she likes me or not? Doubts goes back to fear. Why don't you enjoy when other men look at your woman? You don't have that fear when you have a new Corvette, a new Porsche, and people come there and look at it and say, what nice car. You don't have it, right?
Oh no, you're like, well, yeah, look at it, look at it, you know.
So if you have an attractive partner, why fear?
Mm-hmm.
The fear you could not be enough. Well, then there's only one thing to do: improve.
Yeah, because I also want to ask you, when if you're fearing you're not enough, is that also because you think maybe this isn't a genuine relationship? Is that part of it, or do you think it's just your own self-doubt?
It starts within ourselves.
Yeah.
Then it also comes with facts. It comes with judgments of society, of many things, especially in relationship. And we had a podcast before about relationships,
Mm-hmm.
about the real intention.
Yep, remember that.
Both go into a relationship. If I am in my age, go in with a relationship with a 29-year-old woman, which is younger than my oldest child, I would be simply stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not the years of difference, but it is the years of experience.
Experience, yeah.
The topic will be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The bond in talking about things is completely different. And the judgment of the young person I'm dating or been married to or whatever, to expect to have the same level of experience that I am, I would be stupid. How can? Had nothing to do that the person is immature, just doesn't have the experience.
Yeah, I agree.
There's some young people, they're pretty mature, just the experience is missing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if one person goes in a relationship with an age difference from 25, 30 years, well, there is no fear needed, because it is just the intention of the Porsche.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, it is not an intention to make it. If you go in with the intention of material status, it's fear is needed then.
Yeah.
Because you go in with an entitlement or expectations, you really don't know what's going on. And especially we saw it the last year with the pandemic, where a lot of people, they had great restaurants, they were on top with their income, and now they're not existing anymore. So
Yeah.
material fades like our youth fades. And if we're aware of that and have the right intention and approach life with the right intention, we don't need fear. things change. And if we refuse to adjust or change with the things, that's on us.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot start the blaming game on a politician, on this, on the neighbor. That is stupid. It's on us. It is really on us. If I would say, well, the car's gotten so expensive, that's why I have to ride the bus. Well, I don't ride the bus, but just for an example,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's on me.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to look for a cheaper car,
Of course.
So we have to stop blaming. That stops a little bit of the fear. Take ownership of ourselves and of our real ID. That gives us a lot of security. And I also want to tell again, here is a cognitive thing where people have not worked through a problem if it was when they were 20, 23, 40 years old, or maybe this problem occurred. And that is a little lead ball. It's only a little lead ball, not the big, big bag of feathers, which goes on us and we laugh and they say, hey, that's funny. But when this heavy, but from the size, very little thing in us falls on us, that's an owie. And we carry that danger of this owie with us. Just open the pocket of cognitive and get this owie out. This owie of fears. There's legit fear. What is legit fear? Of war, of fire, of earthquake, of hurricane. That is legit fear to say what we're gonna do when that happens.
Yeah.
That's legit. But fear about our ID, our personality, our age, our thing we do every day, it's not needed if we take ownership of our life and of ourselves. And I encourage everybody, don't paint your own wall pink and say, I look at it and I'm great today, I'm great today, I'm great today. It doesn't mean you're great. I want everybody to feel great and be great. And that can only happen if you're aware of it, that there is something, a little hangnail, every time you pass that wall, it's pink, but it rips from your shirt because the little hangnail is in there, which is not needed.
Mm-hmm.
We are all very unique. We're all very different. That's why our world is so colorful. We all carry love in us. Well, not all, but most of us.
Yeah.
We all carry the desire for peace of us. So we carry love of us. We carry peace of us. We carry kindness. We carry so many positive things in us. If you open up and let it out, why have fear? If I talk to you, have an argument with you, and talk kind in the argument, what do I have to fear? That you have a different opinion? Beautiful. Maybe I can learn something from your different opinion.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Because I think, and I want to talk about that next week. I think that as soon as the world has become so, and I'm not using the word politicized in the sense of politics only, it's just become so polar that if you have one opinion, then therefore I can't like you anymore, because obviously we have nothing in common anymore. Well, there was something in common before that you were able to know somebody. So I think that's something that it makes us fear, because again, we're too afraid to admit that maybe listening and opening up and communicating is going to compromise what we think is us. But at the end of the day, we're really just being fearful that we're not right.
Yeah. And I want to say on the end something which is very, very important. Because of fear, we hold back on the kindness, we hold back on love, we hold back on beliefs. And that takes away from the value of that. We hold back on loyalty. Loyalty becomes money.
Yeah.
Love becomes a purpose. So just rethink everything and see how much we people have in common. We all, well, most of us, have a head on their shoulder. We all have a body. We all have two arms. We all have 2 feet we walk on. We all need to eat. We need to drink. We need to sleep. Wow, we need to breathe. We need to work. We have a lot in common already. So the opinion, and opinion can change.
Mm-hmm.
The other opinion, let's educate each other and don't aggravate each other. Take the tension and complications out of the difference and embrace the difference. You know, and the most simple thing is men and women are different. If they wouldn't be different, they wouldn't be attracted to each other.
Of course.
People are attracted because of feelings, of chemistry, of whatever it is. And we should embrace it and not dismiss it. And with that is embrace your own idea, create your own idea, create who you really are, not what the pattern and life made you so far. You don't have to go back in time. Keep your experience, but the spirit, polish your spirit.
Oh, I like that. That's a good idea. I mean, that's really what it's all about. It's like I said, I remember, and this was years ago when I got a job as an administrator for a high school, and I was wearing like what you would wear as a teacher. Nothing against teacher clothes, but it was more casual. And one of the ladies, she was Ruth. I love Ruth. She kind of took me under her wing and she helped me with my makeover. And at one point, I was walking to the store and I was crying because I'm like, I don't know what to buy because this is what I like, but I was told that I should wear this. And, and even though it was a physical thing as far as clothes, it's still the same concept. I had to figure out how to be comfortable with what looks good on me, but what makes me feel good. And so
how you feel.
Yeah. And I've got my own style now, but I was 30. Oh my gosh. No, I was 40. I was almost 40. I was 39, 40. So I wasn't young. And I was thinking to myself, all these years I've been dressing wrong. All these years I've been doing, but what I did is I think, no, my experience, this is who I am. And I was able to embrace it. So that is, like you said, the advice is don't give up who you are. Don't make yourself something you're not, because you're not going to be comfortable with that either.
Right.
Because that's false. That's not truth. And which is what all of you have been talking about. All these podcasts is really, truth.
And that's how we really, what you just said, if you try to become somebody you not really are, that's how we become a fake and flake society. Mm-hmm. Because you don't really know anymore who somebody is. And we don't want that. We don't need that. We're all very lovable individuals. And by that, you guys have a good day, and I'll see you next week.
Yes, and next week we will talk a lot more about that fear of not wanting to be with people because they don't have the same opinion. I really like this. I think we could spend years on that one alone, especially with the social media. So as always, it has been a pleasure, Andre. I learned so much about life, but I also learned a lot about myself. And I like the fact that you put that mirror in front of my face and make me think about things. And so for that, I really appreciate that, because we try to complicate too many things, and that's not what we need to be doing. We need to make it more simplistic, more, just being true to ourselves. So thank you. Have a great day, and God bless.
God bless.